This is Dennis Black, and here's your sales tip of the week. When we consider interaction with individuals, one of the most important elements is the understanding of what motivates them to make a decision. A variety of studies have been done over the past 40 plus years on how to read a customer's personality style. Not one of the studies is superior to another. They all have value, and they've all been exposed to many of us through training or education. You may have heard of the personality studies such as DISC, D-I-S-C, colors, red, green, blue, and yellow, and many personality studies even go to animals. Regardless of the personality study you've had, it's the importance of understanding the core communication approach you take with an individual to have the best chance to get your message through to them. So we're going to start off over the next 4 weeks. We'll review each of the key personalities you may interact with, starting with this week's session on what is called the D in the study that I've learned, dominant driver personality. When you think of this individual who has the following characteristics, we'll talk about the best way to approach them, handle them, and interact with them. A dominant driver individual has key descriptive terms. Here are some for you to remember. First, they tend to be aggressive. Second, a bit more controlling. And third, definitely demanding. These are people who in their career path, whether it be a realtor who is successful or a borrower who is a corporate level executive or a senior management individual, someone in a position who's used to having authority and demands with the people that they interact with, one critical element, the fourth descriptive term, they're time-oriented. To a D, whether it be a realtor or a borrower, remember this critical issue. Everything should have been done yesterday, not tomorrow. And if we understand the critical nature of their time expectation, the phrase we've all heard in business for years and years truly comes into play. Underpromise and overdeliver. Never set an expectation of time for either of the realtor or the borrower until you know what their expectation of time was first. So when someone asks you, how soon will this be done, you need to remember to answer with a question. Depending upon what I get from you in terms of paperwork, or depending upon how the contract is written up, it will vary. What is your expectation of time to have this completed? Is the best way to answer that direct inquiry I gave you an example of. If you set the time, you have to execute the time. And many times you'll set an expectation thinking they want something in a shorter time frame that may be difficult to perform. That's on us as salespeople to remember not to fall into that trap. In the studies that I've seen, they also talk about, is the individual a decision maker or a decision influencer? The D personality happens to be both. They're used to making decisions in the course of a day, a week, or a month, and they definitely influence how other people will perceive you. And this is critical to remember. The borrower and the realtor are at their peak appreciation of what you did within the first 24 to 48 hours after the transaction closes. That's when you want to reach out proactively, contact them, and ask them how they felt the transaction went. And if it was positive, ask for a referral. Now, these individuals have 3 key elements you have to manage. Time, as I've just discussed, present multiple options for them to consider, and most importantly, remember one key thing with the D, earn their respect. These individuals came to you for a mortgage. They're not a mortgage expert. They may be outstanding in their individual field, but you're the expert on this call. So how you communicate and best effectively sell to them is to match their personality and become a little D. The critical component to working with a D is the word respect. That is earned. It is not given. and you handle yourself professionally, properly, make quality recommendation, and give options, you can handle any D you interact with. Good luck, good selling. We'll go through the other personalities over the following 3 weeks.